So we're going to get started with Kafka. What we're going to be doing is create a service that allows us to monitor many devices at the same time. Monitoring IoT devices or a lot of different sources of data is a classic, very classic topic for Kafka. Kafka or event streams is about data. It's about lots and lots of data going in, moving from one place to another. If you do not have a server, create an integration server, you can go and create one. Otherwise, just jump in. So to get started, all you have to do realistically is just create a topic because the Kafka server has already been created and you don't really have to do much about it. There's a lot of small configurations that you can do for the sake of performance and security, but those are very small things. You can get started straight away. So we start by creating a topic, we give it a name, it's our fridge name. We look at how many partitions we want to create, and then we think about the actual message strategy, and that is the message retention strategy. This is very important because imagine that you have thousands and thousands of data generators and you want to keep track of it for more than a week. That will be a huge amount of data. So you really need to make some strategies, some decisions around how much you want to retain data for. Just to clarify, Kafka is at this stage, the way we're going to use it is a public subscription. That means that we're going to have some consumers and some producers, and one producer can have many consumers. So the message will appear to everybody. So you can go and have a look at a few more things. You can have a look around and analyze. At this moment, we do not have anything because the service has not even started. So it's normal, it's empty. So to get started, after the topic has been created, the next thing is to try and connect. So you can get the connection information from the connect button. And this is where you can use different types of security mechanisms, from more secure to less secure, depending on what you're trying to do. To get started, again, the best thing is probably to just download the already made application, which already has everything built in it. And what you can do is you can download also the properties. Now here you can find the demo app, which is a complete jar, but also the complete source code. Now for the properties, this is the important part. The properties is basically your whole connection file. It has everything. It has your username, your password, your URL to the Kafka server, and everything that is required by Kafka to start working. Just give it a proper name, or at least a names that goes within the normality of the service. And now we have everything. So we're gonna start running it. Everything is in one folder just to keep things in simple. We put the demo file in the same folder as the properties. And then we can go and run it. You will find this connection string in the download page. And this is generic. It's nothing specific to this. So it's starting. Now, just so you know, we did a small modification to this because we are actually trying to look after our fridges. So we are trying to simulate a number of sensors across the environment, sending data in. And on top of that, we created a small application to basically just showcase this. So if you go to localhost 8080, you should be able to see the original application. And here you can actually go and start the producer and also the consumer. And here you can see that the messages are being consumed. And just for the fun of the story, we created a small page for us. And here we can see that our fridges are working fine. Or at least they're probably too warm, but this is just random data being generated. But this is one very classic example of how Kafka is used in the real world. Normally for IoT devices, because you might have millions and millions of fridges. Imagine, for example, Coca-Cola or maybe McDonald's or similar companies. They will have millions of devices that they may want to keep track of. So we can come back here and start analyzing what's happening. So we can look at the queues and we can see exactly how much data is coming in. Now, unfortunately, this specific queue is still too young to showcase anything, but we can look at the other queues and you can see them. So we can look at the messages and here you can see every single message. Now, once again, differently from other type of queues, we don't actually have the knowledge of who has consumed this at this stage. This is a very classic pub and sub, so we are not keeping track of who is consuming it. Which is why Kafka is actually a very fast mechanism because we are trading